Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it's actually Saturday today. What's the date? 23rd of April. And today's video is actually just going to be my video on my knee dislocation that happened in May of 2019 already. So that's been 2021. So 3 years already. I cannot believe that. I think it happened on May the 7th or the 9th. So it's like literally almost 3 years, which I cannot believe. And it has probably, except for like chartered accountant related questions, it has probably been like the most popular comment question on Instagram, on YouTube, and usually I feel like I want to reply but everyone asks the same question, and then I feel like I just want to like refer everyone, like just go check my latest video, I explain everything there. Then like you know, like responding to each and everyone. I don't have time to do that, unfortunately, but I obviously want to, you know, let you guys know all the answers to your questions. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And I literally just got ready. I'm meeting up a friend now. It's beautiful weather. I literally had to like close my curtains because it's too sunny. I'm meeting her up, going to a market and probably a park, and then I'm going out with a friend this evening. He's coming over, I think 7:30, having dinner, pre-drinks here, and then we're going out clubbing, which I'm so excited. It's really like the fun time of the year starting, which I'm just so happy about. But okay, let's jump into the video. I literally made like a summary of all the questions. I just went through all the comments, well, not all, but most of them, just to get like a feeling again, like what everyone usually asks. And it's literally like the same question over and over again. So I'm gonna jump straight into it. I'm gonna explain to you just my experience, what I did, what I felt, how long it took, and how it's currently feeling, and what I can do after my knee dislocation. So let's get started. Okay, so a lot of people ask about the puffiness and swelling, and that was probably my biggest thing that happened after my dislocation. So just quickly a backstory. I'm trying to speak quickly, but I should slow down. But backstory is I did a hip hop dance class, and I like put my leg like to the inside, and then yeah, my patella went all the way up here. So if you see my knee, it went all the way out here, and it obviously like bruised all of the I don't know all the terms of everything, but all the muscle and ligaments and everything on the inside of my knee. So that happened, and then they popped it back under. I think like they just put me out quickly and they put it back, took x-rays at the hospital to check that there's no fracture in the patella, because then they need to operate and fix that. Luckily there were none. But yes, that's how it happened. And the first thing how my knee reacted was its swelling. And just to keep the my answer short, is swelling was the biggest result of my like knee dislocation. It was swelled up so big. I will put up a picture to show you, which was just ridiculous. And because of the swelling, so how my physio explained it to me is your knee swells, or if you have an injury, usually especially here around your joint area, it swells up actually to support and to safeguard this area. So because it was swelled up and so much water around here, it restricts you from movement. So I literally just could keep my legs straight. I couldn't move it because of the water retention and the swelling. So yes, that was like that. Probably I think like my swelling only went off like at 6 weeks. I had to keep it raised quite a lot. The days when I didn't do that, you know, it would hurt a bit, and because there's so much swelling and there's not a lot of movement, obviously, I mean, it's just discomfort. But yeah, that like proper swelling was probably there between 4 and 6 weeks, and then it started decreasing, and then my movement in my knee also improved. So that's the thing about that. And then someone said something about her bones moving. Like, I didn't feel anything funky with my bones. The only thing for me was I was just super scared of my knee dislocating again. And my physio said because of that swelling and everything not being tight, the risk of dislocating within, you know, the first few days, weeks, even months after your knee dislocation, it is very highly likely. So you need to like get it back down to normal, the swelling, work on the strength of your knee, and then it will get better and the chances of it dislocating will decrease. Even though he told me I will always have a risk of it dislocating again, it's just once it happens, it can happen easily again. And there's a lot of people that actually have issues with like their knees or arms and things just dislocating, and they live with that. But yeah, I didn't feel any like funny bone movement. And then yeah, the bending, as I said at the beginning, I couldn't like bend my knee at all. I could only do that once the swelling was down, and I was on this machine that I will also input here that helped me, like I had to really push myself, and we improved the degrees of my knee bending until I think it was like, I'm gonna lie, I'm not gonna try to remember, but it was a certain degree for me to get onto like a rehab bike to just do like small omwentelings, like small circles. So once it got to that point, I could be on the rehab bicycle. I couldn't be outside on the street. That was too much of a like bend in the knee. But then once I could get up to that like degree of bending in my knee, I could go outside. My physio was just very scared here in Amsterdam, being outdoors on your bike, someone can just bump into you and I can fall. It's the ambulance going. And it can dislocate again. So we just took it very slowly, and I think, yeah, I went probably on a rehab bike. I cannot remember everything that clearly anymore. The only thing is I remember I went on holiday. It was somewhere in June, and I was on one crutch. So I think it took me like 8 weeks or so. Yeah, just less than 8 weeks, 7 weeks to get back on one crutch. So I was on 2 crutches the whole time. I couldn't put weight on my knee for a while, but I will lay out the timeline for you at the end, exactly like my progress. But yes, I was on 2 crutches and then I went to 1. So I think I could like properly bend my knee, I think like around 2 months, but then still not like this, like not tightly against my thigh, like not at all. I think I could only do that like after 6 months. Like it really took me quite a while. It was stiff. It wasn't like it was just a funny feeling. It's like if you're not used to like bending in a certain way, and I was so afraid of doing that. I remember my physio told me that my fear of my knee dislocating again is gonna keep me from recovery, and it really did for a while, and it still does. Like this side of my body is so stagnant now, because when I lay down I don't want to like just relax my leg because I'm just so scared it's gonna like dislocate. But yeah, bending it now, like after 3 years, obviously I can bend it. And the only thing is, I'm trying to like explain everything in one video. The only thing is, but maybe I'll explain this at the end, like where I'm at now. But yeah, obviously can bend it now. It just takes quite a while. Like don't be worried if things takes really long. Like I could only run January of 2020 again. So that was, my injury was May. Only that January is when I could first run again. And I could only like properly walk by myself around August time. So it takes quite a while. And then yeah, I just have a thing here like take it slow. I read a comment where a person didn't take it slow, it dislocated again, and then it's back to square one. So just take it slow. And then yeah, weakness and dislocating again because of like just this whole structure being all like not ripped apart, but it was like taken out of its normal position. It's obviously very weak, and it's very like high risk of it like dislocating again within the first few months, so be careful. And then yeah, like leg weakness is also what people were asking about, like how my actual leg felt. And my leg went like, I lost all my muscle in this leg because for a week, and I will get into that when I explain my progress, but for a week I did not walk, I did not move, and in that week I couldn't, like when I was putting my leg straight like this, I couldn't lift it up like this. I didn't like I will never forget the woman's face at the hospital. She was just like, you and your physio need to get going, like that's not okay. I don't know if it's just my muscles, but I lost all my muscle in my leg, so my leg was so weak. I didn't have anything like any strengthen this leg left. But I obviously like built that up with my physio. Like he was really good. He worked with knee dislocations or patella dislocations. So yeah, I also had weakness in the leg, and it felt weird walking when I could walk, like things just, and it still doesn't feel the same. I'll get to that. And how my knee feels now against my other healthy or never injured knee, it definitely feels different. I can feel when I'm walking, sometimes it just feels like my knees like want to give in, or I cannot explain the feeling. It just doesn't feel as strong. And even when I like exercise, I can feel the difference. I don't know if it's my head, but I can feel like a big difference between my two knees. The one just feels like nothing has ever happened to it, and this one just feels sometimes like it's hanging on a thread. It's like the best way for me to explain it. Even though like I never feel soreness in my knee anymore. It's just like a weird feeling. And then oh yeah, did I walk normal after my brace? So when I took my brace, also I had two type of brace. One was like a, what did I call that one? It was like it was this tight brace that I had for a week. And then I went over into oh no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I had like a long brace, an immobilizer is what they call it, for a week. And then I put on my knee brace that was very tight. And when I took that thing off, I was so scared when my physio told me from now on onwards, you don't have to wear it anymore. My leg felt like jelly. Like it felt like I was so scared, like I could take showers. I was so scared to take a shower. My leg was just like, it felt like a limb just hanging on my body, because at that point my muscles were not completely like contracting and working the way they should. So when I took that off, it definitely felt weird. And I think I took that off, was it after 2 months? I really cannot remember the periods anymore, but it was after a very long time. And it has like this knee thing, like it just kept it quite stiff and strong. I even use it still now when we went skiing in March. I still put it on just for in case, so I still have it with me. Someone asked if running is possible after knee dislocation, and it absolutely is. I must say at the end, I didn't take my physio that serious anymore. I could start walking again. Then I was just like, I wish I'd just stuck it out like up until the end. And then I think like my running would have been very much better now. But I think if you do like the proper caretaking with your physio, you will 100% be able to run again. Maybe sooner. It took me June, July, August, September, October, November. It took me after 7 months I could run. I think it was like a 2 or 3 kilometer. And then workouts, yeah, I obviously started doing more workouts earlier on. Those were easier than like running, like having like that impact. I did like more like stagnant, like squats standing, not like jump squats. Like lunges I started doing, but I could remember how like weak I was, like when I do like a, you know, that lunge where you step back and you need to push yourself back to the front. Like I couldn't do that. So that was all the general questions that everyone usually ask me about. Okay, so now explaining my timeline the best way I could remember or can remember. So what happened is my injury happened, and then I went, obviously they took me with the ambulance to the hospital. They did the x-rays, checked everything. They gave myself like immobilizer leg. I need to check when I need to walk. Immobilizer brace. And they told me, okay, you need to wear this for a week. Keep your leg raised high or elevated for the swelling. Don't move a lot. Yeah, they basically just told me stay home, don't do anything. And then you make an appointment to come see us in a week's time. And then you also, here is the pamphlet for a list of physios. That's how the procedure worked here. So after a week, I went back to the hospital. They took off the immobilizer brace, and they gave me like a fitted brace, like for my size, my leg, everything. And it was this tight thing that literally, like, then my knee feels kind of normal. Like if I wear it now, my knee feels back as it did before. And back then it really helped me, but I was so shocked because when she took off that immobilizer brace, I could not lift my leg. She was like, okay, lift up your leg. She wanted to put on the brace. I was like, I cannot. Like, I tried so hard, and she was like, you better, you know, go get see your physio ASAP. And I was like, you told me only after a week. Like, I mean, I cannot help what my leg did after a week, that it lost all its muscles and strength. And anyways, and then the day after, I went for my first physio appointment, and basically we started like just working with the bending and like massaging and doing a lot of like easy things. And then yeah, it took me a while to get onto the rehab bike, and that is, you get onto that to, you know, further enhance your movement. I think the biggest thing was getting back movement in the leg and then strengthening it. So I did like very much linear, like straight workouts, like a lunge, and all like sometimes like one-legged workouts. I think we started like with ones where I have two legs, like a squat, you know, like when you, I don't know all the terms, but when you know, those machines where you push with your legs, like those ones. And then I started, when I had a little bit of strength, doing like one-sided workout, like lunges where it's like one leg, or like whatever the things are. But yes, so like that, I built up my strength. I could more or less, because I went on holiday like roughly end of June, and then I was on one crutch, so that was 2 months for me to get off the one crutch. I had two crutches at the beginning, and then I think I still had my knee brace on. I think my knee brace came off around August. And my parents came and visited in August, and I can remember I could like walk more or less more decent. I think it was July was the month where I for the first time went to the park without my knee brace. So I think it was end of July, my knee brace, that tight thing, came off, and I remember I was like walking like this to the park. It felt so strange, and when I was like sitting down, I was like sitting down with my leg like straight, not like, I was so scared to sit like this, like cross legs or whatever. And then yeah, it just literally like strengthened, and then like my bend in my knee became better. And yeah, I just started being able to like do more movements, and then I started yeah, doing more things at the gym, then started running again, then started doing work like HIIT workouts at F45. Now I can literally do any workout. I can go run. The only issues with running, my leg, my knee and downwards go numb like every end of each kilometer, up until a point, then like it gets used to, I don't know, it gets used to something, and I can run a bit further. So I still need to like go see a physio about that. I'm not sure what's going on. It has never been the same, my knee. When I do certain workouts also, I can see sometimes I'm leaning towards my left leg to like help push me up. If it's like maybe a weighted lifted like squat or something, I can just feel this leg working more than my right leg, which is just so strange to me, because this has always been my strong side, my right side. So there's definitely still an imbalance. Like I could see it at F45. I did this in-body scan. I could see my muscle in this leg is still more than this one. So that's something I'm still working towards. I just should put my mind on it a bit more. So yeah, just running, I have numbness in from my knee downwards, so it's hard work for me to go running, because I have to stop after each kilometer, get the life back into my leg, and like run it. It's just not so enjoyable. But normal workouts is totally fine. It just feels sometimes a little bit funny. It doesn't hurt. And what else? I think that is it. So yeah, after 3 years, I mean, I can bend it completely. I don't feel anything. When I go down like this, I can feel, that was my other leg that clicked, I can feel like a little bit of tightness, but not something. And if I come up, that's the only way that it hurts, is if I sit like this and I try to like come up, like at this point it like hurts. I don't know why. Like this one is strong, I can just pick up, but yeah, some here at the bottom of my knee, it just hurts. And the sun is speaking through. But yeah, so if there's any other questions, please let them comment down below, and then I can respond to these ones. But just know, take it slow. Don't be worried or scared if things takes a very long time to heal. And one tip is just listen to your physio, go see a physio and work on getting back your muscles in your leg. I took way too long, and I'm still working on it, but I'm getting there. So yes, I hope this video helped you guys, and then I will see you next week in a new video. Bye bye. So I'm trying to lift my leg up, but I am struggling so bad. So this is my left leg. Like obviously I can just literally lift it up and down, and I can feel, obviously you work your, I don't know what this muscle is, but yeah, you know, I can do this. And this is my weaker leg. This is my strong, well, it was my strong leg. But now I'm trying to, I need to lift this. So I'm just going to look at my leg while trying to do this. Okay. Yo, I'm so scared because the thing is it goes stiff here. Like if I lift this one, like all the tension goes here, you know. And now with this knee, but obviously on the other side of the, it hurts here. So here it hurts. It's stiff and sore. So I'm trying to like lift it up with my other feet, but that's not working. And I've just got the one sock on. I don't know, the other one went off and I haven't taken off the other one. But like I feel if I sit like this, oh, I can do it. But then once I try, then there's no power there. There's no strength. But let's try. I did it. You see, once it's up, it's easy. I think it's like getting, but this it's now sore here. Like here in the middle on the patella. Yeah, that's so bad. Oh, and it's so hard. And it's like, it's pain, like my whole leg now is just like in pain, especially here. But it's funny how like it's just getting your leg up from the, like the surface. That's like the worst. I think it's like then the momentum that keeps it going. I'm not sure how much I should do of this because I'm only seeing my physio tomorrow, but the people at the hospital told me that I should do this. I want to feel if I still have this muscle. Like there just doesn't seem to be anything here. Like what the hell, it's only been a week that I haven't been walking, but I feel like there's nothing. But let's try again. Yo, it's stiff here, my knee, wow. Okay, I have some of my... Okay, I think that's enough.